What's up, guys? It's James here. This is my 69 VW bus here in the background that we are working on. Today's episode, we are working on the front suspension design, narrowing the beam, figuring out where it's going to be, how wide it needs to be, how much modifications we have to do to the wheel wells to get these 17-inch wheels stuffed in there. If you're interested, stay tuned. Let's go. Alright, these guys are mounted. It's kind of an interesting difference here, how much difference there is here. It looks like about, it's probably about an inch between the 195/40 and the 215/45. So these are the fronts, that's the rear. Not a lot of room to work in the front, so. And then width-wise, let's see here. Really don't look that much different. Not 20 millimeters different, that's for sure. If that's lined up there, there's maybe 5-10 millimeters there on that side, so I don't know. But looks sweet though. I have to tell you guys, I am tired of this cheap junk I keep getting from these suppliers. This is a front axle washer. It doesn't fit on the shaft, so I went and pulled the old Volkswagen one off that's got the cool little VW symbol on there. And this thing is like twice as thick. It's like got a machined surface on both sides. You know, very heavy duty looking versus this thing, this stamped, you know, like this ridged edge on here, and it doesn't even fit on the shaft, and it's supposed to be for the bus, so I'm gonna go ahead and reuse these VW ones. I got these new hubs because I didn't have hubs with the used set of spindles I got, so new hubs and bearings and seals. Alright, Gavin is gonna try to get this front wheel in here. Kids home from college. See how much room we got. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the wall. Boom. They're like one-handed Joes over here. Come on, baby. Oh shit. So definitely I'm gonna have to cut these wheel wells back and cut into the door because there's just no way. That's basically ride height right there. Maybe a little. It's gonna be a little bit higher. Will probably be ride height another inch maybe. All right, let me back up here. That looks pretty sweet. I wasn't gonna reveal these wheels. I was gonna try to keep it a secret, Gavin, but do like a wheel reveal. But so that's on there with the hubs, with the brake rotor, with the almost 4-inch narrow, so we can see where we're at here. I'm looking through the front here with no nose on it. So that's kind of convenient. So we can see here how far in I'm going. And Gavin, why don't you turn the wheel there so we can try not to let the beams move, but we'll kind of see what kind of turning we're going to get. Okay, so right there, you're on the frame there. So that'd be max that way. Which we can adjust with the stops on the steering rack. And then, boom, frame that way. So that's as much steering as we're gonna get out of it. So the question is, you know, how much I want to cut into there, and I have to start messing with the doors. Probably need to get the beam assembly made and installed, not permanent installed, but installed, and then have the steering rack on it and everything, and then we can. Hi, Gavin. Hello. And then we can kind of determine the wheel tubs. So let's see about the steering.
I feel like it's lower than the thing, the buses.
Yes, actually, it's got a little more than that.
Shit.
I think we got just enough room on the ball joint there. The ball joints only has so much row, you know. Yeah, so that'll be it right there. This is the ground. So you kind of see what we're going for here. Extreme low. The bus will basically be sitting on the ground. So now, when it's lowered position or even raised a little bit, you know, Gavin, you won't be able to steer at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we're just going to have to do the extra work of cutting back into here as far as we can. Still leaving this lip here is where the seals on the door, so we'll have to go past that. And we basically could get like 2.5. If we went to like that line right there, about 2.5 inches of wheel well, so that maybe you can't steer full lock to lock, you know, in parking lot low, but at least you'll be able to steer a little bit. So.
All right.
You could draw like a straight, like a line from the tire. Like let's say that bumper is sticking out here. That's like the angle that you'll be able to like pull into like a driveway or whatever, you know what I mean? Yes, I just spent the last 15 minutes modeling up the shock absorber for the bus. I want to make sure this suspension is designed all the way. Alright, the hacking and slashing continues here. I've decided to take this kind of doubled up cross beam out, and we're going to replace that with like a 1x2 box channel, or 2x2 maybe, but it's going to depend on what ends up happening here with my design of the whole suspension. I wonder how many pounds we've taken off this bus. I wonder how many pounds we've taken off this bus with that Sawzall.
I don't know, we should start throwing it in a bin over there.
Alright, yeah, here's the scrap bin. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna make it a lot easier to do this box. Alright, so I put some blue tape on this just to kind of protect it. A lot of sharp edges in here, but so it is taller than those the backdrop there. Figure that'll be the lowest if it sits right there, and then it's gonna be all the way up there when. So as long as it like line it up with that tube right there, yeah. So that'll be, you know, so when it goes from there 3 more inches, it'll barely clear right there. So I don't know what we're gonna do back here to allow that. Like, because this is gonna have to. So I might end up having to make a bracket that doesn't pivot right there. You know what I mean? Like this bracket here might have to have another hole drilled in it, like 2 holes and you know.
Yeah, this probably
to hold this fixed.
This quick and stationary.
So that I can, you know, do that. Because right now with it going like this.
Yeah. Making the first cut of the front suspension design. That's the side plate transferred into this software, and now I'm just cutting it out of cardboard over here with the laser. Pretty cool to be able to do this, because really helps with prototyping stuff. I'm just cutting out of cardboard right now, and then I'll cut it out of wood if everything looks like it's gonna match up. Alright, look at that. That's a pretty complicated piece, guys. So this would, you know, if it all works out, this will get cut out of 1/4 inch steel. And we'll go check the fit. Let me get it out of here. Doing some mock-ups here. Eric's over here making some cardboard for the under dash AC unit. I'm cutting sorry, the compressor's running. Oh, we are laser cutting out this is the passenger side. Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. See you at the next one. Peace. Gavin and I are sitting here talking about
why my channel sucks. And I said, it's because I'm supposed to have learned to not do dumb shit. And Gavin's response is what?
You gotta reteach yourself.
How to do dumb shit?
Yeah, how to be a dumbass.
Huh.
So I'm just
You
saying,
know.
that's what the people like to see.
I don't even know if my bus will even do burnouts once it's done.
Probably not, but it'll be cool when you
The old
drop
bus.
to the floor.
Yeah, that'll be cool.